Hi, Brad. I just wanted to start by saying for some reason, this file is really low image quality. I don't know. Hopefully you can see this here. I don't know what YouTube does to images before they get loaded, or movies, but this is really pixelated. Like, instead of a straight, smooth, wonderful line here, I've got like it's like a ziggity zaggity. Same here. Like this text here is barely legible. So that means that the file size isn't big enough. So when you're exporting your PDFs in Acrobat Pro, please make sure that you export them at a very high DPI or PPI. I can't remember if it's DPI or PPI on it must be PPI. But anyways, make sure it's at least 300 pixels or dots per inch, please. And then also your page size for this is like 8 by 10. If you could increase that to something like, I don't know, like 11 by 17 or something. I mean, I know it's a big file, but I really want to see it. And I didn't realize this, but I've been told from other students that professors in other classes ask for small files because they don't want to take forever downloading. I realize it's going to take me a while to download it. I'm fine with that. I want to be able to see a big file, really, is what I want. So let's get this back in here. That being said, here are your two finals. Here's your meter shot. I'm going to nag you about this again. That's not a real meter. And then you have some really nice shots here. Some nice compositions. We've seen this before, right? Like, it must be a popular spot where you live. Oh yeah, and there, we've seen them before as well. So I'm just going through these again. I mean, I went through it already, but it's just the file quality is so low. I really had a hard time. It's hard for me to see beyond that, actually. Maybe it's a pet peeve, but I really want a big image so that I can enlarge it full screen on my computer and really enjoy it. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely significantly different weather. You have a really nice effect going on in the sky here. This is actually adding nicely to your composition. If that was just a clear blue sky, I don't think it would do nearly as much for us, and it adds a lot to the mood. And then this device here, this sort of old-fashioned lantern in front of this rather modern building, is really nice. And then here it is again, in much different lighting. Here we have the blue sky, a little bit of overcast, but it's definitely different. That other one was much more dramatic, and this is more like the, happy work day or whatever. So yeah, I think that this is a success for you. So you said you're a little boring shooting this. That's interesting, because you have actually a lot of nice images. It might be because you shot this before for a different assignment. I don't know. But anyways, at this point, I hope you don't take offense here, but I really need to take you to task about this meter, because in this class, it is an expectation that you will emerge from the class with full knowledge of a handheld light meter, how to use it to excel your photographic process, and how to use it in multiple modes. And so for this assignment, I would have expected you to go and use your meter in multiple places. So I would have expected, say for instance here, for you to meter in the shadows and to meter in the sun, and so take several different readings and then describe to us, as I asked in the write-up description for, describe to us how you had to get different exposure values and then come up with a compromise exposure value that wasn't just prioritizing the shadows or just prioritizing the highlights. And I'm not really getting the sense here that you are fully wrapping your mind around a meter. I can't stress this enough, Brad. I understand why you're using this as a light meter, and it's just not going to get you very far, and it's not giving you the knowledge that you need out of this class. It's getting you through the assignments, and that's it. You're not actually able to use it as a very intense creative tool. And not only that, but for this, I also expected multiple light meter use shots. So I don't know what to tell you here, Brad. I'm sorry that you were bored, and it doesn't look like it from the quality of your images. Many of the compositions are very dynamic. I mean, it looks like, they don't look like board shots. Some of them are a little underexposed. I would say many of them actually. And I think that this is because it's starting to become evident that meter is just not doing for you the job you need it to do. So I don't know. I'm sort of at a loss. I'm at a loss here because at this point in the class, I expect to be able to have a very technical conversation with somebody about light and shooting, like this, like a big subject in multiple types of light. and the challenges that ensue, with that. Even if you're using just the built-in reflective meter from your camera, there's at least a little bit of a problem there that you need to solve. So there's no real discussion of that in your write-up. So I don't know. Again, all I can say is that you did present the building in a clean and attractive manner. Well done. And without much more technical information, I really can't give you much more. Thanks, Brad.